All right, we are live. So, let's see here. Let's turn some lights on. Turn the TV off. At least lower it down. All right. So here we are. Here we are. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Just figured I'd come on and answer some questions that you guys have, just hanging out with you guys for a little while. So if you have any questions that you guys want to ask, can be anything. I put in the title Henderson, Las Vegas, but you guys can ask me anything that you want. Just gonna hang out for about 30, 45 minutes and just answer some questions that you guys have. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up the chat on my computer here so that I can keep up with it. If you guys are just coming on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Again, feel free to ask any questions. If you're not gonna ask questions, go ahead and just leave. There's not really gonna be anything exciting for you to be viewing. It's literally gonna be me just engaging with you guys, answering your questions, providing you value, helping you guys out, and just being of service for about the next 30 minutes for you guys. So make sure you're engaging. If you're not engaging, it's not gonna be that exciting of a video. So King, what is up, man? And I'm gonna pull up the chat on my computer, guys, so I can see. Whoa. So I can see what you guys are saying a little bit easier here. Let's see. And actually, it's not even pulling up on the computer, so I will try to keep up with it on here. Not sure why it's not pulling up on the computer, but that's all right. It is what it is. What's up, Marcus from Houston? There's a lot of you guys that are always on the live stream. I appreciate that. There's a lot of you that are super loyal to the channel here, so that is always really cool. Perfect. So I have the chat up on the iPad here so that I can just keep in tune with you guys a little bit easier. Just make things better so I'm not constantly touching the screen. So what's up, Alan? What is up, Alan? Neighbor. I have quite a few neighbors, actually. I've had quite a few more local people coming over to the channel. And I've had a lot of people over in Green Valley and Henderson that have come subscribe to the channel and that have been hanging out. So that's cool. What's up, Jackson? Jackson is always here. Jackson is always here. Marcus, King, you guys are always all here for the most part. Alan, how's the apartment hunting going? I'm actually not doing any apartment hunting. I'm moving into a 2-bedroom here next month. Not even a month away. So about 2 weeks, I'll be moving in my new unit, just staying in the same complex. I like it here. It's been a good place. It's a lot easier to just move. I'm just moving a couple of buildings over. So I'll just hire some movers and just move a couple buildings over. Be easy. Rather than renting a U-Haul and going somewhere else, putting a security deposit, waiting for my deposit back, it's just easier to stay here. So I was gonna stay in this unit, honestly. It definitely fits my needs, but I would like to have an office so that I can have my desk in a separate area. I can get a dining room table. Then I can have a room for guests when they come visit, which is always nice. So yeah, just thought it was a good idea. And it was only $40 more a month from what I'm paying now, so it kind of just, it made sense. Roman from San Diego. What's up, San Diego? What are you reading right now? I read tons of nonfiction books. Right now I'm rereading 6 Months to Six Figures, so that's one of the books that I really like. Another one is, God, what's the other one that I've been reading? What's the other one? The Power of Now. So I like to read a lot of like personal development books like that. And yeah, those are the 2 books that I'm really reading right now. Alan says, congrats. Thank you, buddy. Laquan, how's the Vegas life? It's good, man. It was hot today. Super hot today. Like way too hot today. So it's pretty much inside most of the day. I just went for my walk a little bit ago. So I like to go for my walk when the sun is setting. So it was like, I think it was like 6:30, 7. I was outside for about an hour. It was still about 107 outside. But since the sun wasn't like, high right above you, beating down on you, it wasn't as bad. So I was able to do that, and that was kind of my exercise for the day. And then this morning I did my workout in the gym, so always good times. That's the only thing about the summers, guys. Like, if you're considering moving to Vegas or you live here, whatever, the summers are brutal. Those 3 months, man, like, you just do not want to really go outside because it's just so hot. And if you do, you just want to be out there for a couple minutes, or you want to be at the pool, maybe like soaking up water. It's just tough to be outside during the day when it's summertime. So let's see. We've got Fort Worth, Memphis. That's pretty cool. We got Memphis, Tennessee. Nice. Fort Worth. We've got a lot of Texas. Savage Valky, what's up? Welcome. Do I watch anime? I do not. I really don't watch much TV. Most of the stuff that I watch is YouTube. And besides YouTube, I watch like some movies that I find on Amazon, included with the Prime account. So just like Amazon Video, but not too much. The Power of Now was great. I agree. I like it so far. I've read it before, but I always like to reread books like 2 or 3 times because you always find something new when you reread a book. It's like when you watch a movie for the second or third time, you always like catch little things that you didn't catch the first time. So that's always good. Heather's from Tampa, Florida, representing. Do I have any pets? I do not have pets right now, but I want to get a dog, hopefully by the end of the year. I'd like to get a French Bulldog. I've been wanting one for like 5 years now, and I think it's about time that I get one. I live by myself, so once I get settled into my new apartment, I get it decorated the way I want, and kind of just get a little further along, I go ahead and get a car again, and just get myself back on point with everything, then I'll go ahead and get a pet. So probably by the end of the year. I plan to get a car by the end of the year, my pet by the end of the year, decorate my apartment, pay off all my credit cards, everything. So 2020 is looking like a fantastic year for me, so I'm really excited for that. 114 in Dallas, that's got to be brutal, man, because you guys get a lot of humidity over there as well. So Hacienda Heights was just 3 minutes into your other post on how to meet people. We'll go back and watch it after the live stream. Go and watch it. It's a good video. Honestly, I knew that it wasn't gonna do very good. It literally only has like 200 views right now, which I don't necessarily care so much about the views, but I just knew that it wasn't gonna do as good because it didn't have Las Vegas in the title. It didn't have Las Vegas in the thumbnail. It didn't have Henderson in the thumbnail. It was not about moving to Las Vegas. So unfortunately, it seems like the only thing a lot of people care about on the channel is moving to Las Vegas, which, I mean, that's what most of you have come here for, so I get it. But for those of you that watched that video, I do appreciate it. If you're interested in learning how to meet new people, you're looking for some ways to meet new people, if you're considering moving to a new city, a new state, new country, whatever, I just did a video that I put out this morning about 5 ways that you can meet new people whenever you're moving to a new place. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. I think it's a good resource for anybody to have, so check it out if you haven't. Chris is from Toronto. What's up, man? I think you're the first one from Canada. I haven't had a Canadian yet. I've had South Korea, Australia. I had England, but I have not had Canada. So I think you're the first one. At least the first person that's made it known. So, Terica, I'm considering moving to Henderson. The crime in Memphis is outrageous. I'm not sure about Memphis, but Tennessee, I don't have anybody who lives in Tennessee. I know it's like really scenic. It's nice there, a lot of mountains and greenery. Henderson, yeah, we don't have very much crime. That I hardly ever see police. I mean, anywhere you live, there's going to be good areas and bad areas. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But when you compare the crime map, I did a video about this, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. You can go onto the crime map, and you can see like all the crime in the area. Henderson, Green Valley area by far has the least amount of crime. So North Dakota, hoping to move to the Henderson area after college. That's cool. What makes you want to come here after college? Just curious, because it seems like after college, you know, you're like 22, 23, maybe you're a little bit older, I'm not sure, but on average, I know most people are about 23, 24. So what makes you want to move to Henderson after college? It's an interesting choice, but a good choice. Where is your ideal place in Henderson or Vegas to raise a family? Moving there in May with my 3 kids. Definitely Green Valley or Anthem is also really nice. Just keep in mind, I mean, anywhere you go, the school system here is just, it's not very good. But besides that, Green Valley or Anthem would be the places that I would recommend. Summerlin is nice too, but Summerlin kind of has that like snotty feel a little bit, which I don't feel that we get here in Henderson so much. So you need some artwork for that kitchen wall. Yeah, once I get into my new unit, we'll be getting some more stuff. I want to put like this is hard to point backwards, but I want to get like a bar cart, like a bar thing right there, and then put a picture on the wall. It's kind of what I want to do. So the new unit has a similar kitchen, but the cabinets also extend halfway over. So I have more cabinet space, more counter space, and then the cabinets in the new one are all white, so I'm not going to have the brown anymore. Let's see. Kid Kobe, what's up, LA? What's up, Waylon? Love your videos, man. I appreciate that, Kobe. Thank you. How racist is it in Vegas? I say it's the same as pretty much anywhere. I mean, for me personally, obviously, I'm white. You know, I'm Hispanic and white, but I haven't experienced any of it. Here in my apartment complex, we got Asian, black, white. We got everybody here, and it seems pretty diverse. So. Seems okay. Would you take the death penalty for $1 million? No. Is your gastronomy commensurate with your physical fitness endeavors? I'm not sure what that means, Roman. I don't know. There's a lot. Gastronomy commensurate. I'm not sure what that means. New subscriber here from Bay Area. Nice channel. Thanks, Greg. Glad to have you on, man. Let's see. I'm 24, I'm a graphic designer. The main here for work is 49th America. Vegas has a lot of good jobs for my field. Yeah, for sure. If you're looking to do graphic design, I mean, you can really do that from anywhere. I would definitely look into Fiverr is a good place to start. You can go on Indeed, you can go on Monster. A good thing to do would be just like go on Instagram and find some bigger accounts who do like YouTube, and reach out to them and offer to do like some of their thumbnails for their videos for free. And then once they like your work, they'll hire you on. That's the best way you can do it. That's just a little tip that I can give you, you know, because people with big accounts and big social media followings, they're always gonna need graphic design work for YouTube thumbnails, logos, Instagram content, website content. So I would reach out to one of them, do some free work, and then if they like it, they'll hire you. That's how I've gotten most of the clients that I've worked with over time, is just doing it for free first. It's a nice apartment. I do. I like it. I agree. I just want a little bit more space, so I'm going to go to the 2-bedroom. My sister moved to Vegas from Hawaii, and she loves it. That's good. That's a big change going from Hawaii. But if she was able to buy a house, that's cool. Greetings from North Carolina. Your videos are really great. I visited Las Vegas last month. Hoping. That's awesome, Patrick. I think you'll like it. I would suggest definitely looking around. Just looking around before you move, for sure, obviously, if you haven't already, which I'm sure you have. But yeah, try to look around first for that. My niece wants to know, is the average price for a house in Las Vegas area? That completely depends on the neighborhood. And then if you're going to be building a house, if you're going to be purchasing one that's already built, is it gated? Is it not gated? Is it on a golf course? Is it near a golf course? Like, there's so many things, but I would say, I mean, for your average home, I think right now you're looking like 250, 300 is what I would guess, just from what I've seen going through the website on like Zillow and stuff. But best thing that I would do is just go through Zillow and look at the neighborhoods that you like, and then you can kind of estimate what the average price in that area is going to be. How much do you pay for rent? Are you looking to buy a house? My rent right here is $1080 It's going to be going up next month when I move into the 2-bedroom, but for this unit is 1080. I'm not looking to buy a house, especially right now. The market is not good for buyers. It's a seller's market right now. Prices are way higher than they should be. So yeah, I'll hold off till the crash happens, which will happen. How's the weather right now? I went for a walk a little while ago. It's down to 99 now. When I went out for a walk about an hour and a half ago, it was about 107. So 99. I mean, the thing is, like, 99 sounds hot if you're used to cooler climates, Florida. You know, if you're used to like Georgia or like Ohio or California, like if you're used to those places, 99 sounds hot. But like when it's nighttime, it's really not that bad because the sun is not beating on you, so it's not that bad. Are you also a health food person? Yeah, I am. For sure, I try to eat. I try to eat very healthy. I pretty much cook all my food at home. Usually do salmon, bison, brown rice, white rice. And for my white rice, I do jasmine rice, asparagus, broccoli, lemons, a lot of water. So yeah, I definitely try to eat very healthy. Let's see. So we got 24 people on. Nice. So if you guys are coming on, make sure you click the thumbs up. It does help the channel out a lot. It lets more people be able to see the video. It lets people know about the video that are subscribed, and then those that are even not subscribed, they're able to, you know, see it because YouTube's going to recommend it. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do that. Do appreciate it. Let's see. Should I plug in my phone? It's on 100%. No. What kind of question is that? I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Only 99. Yeah, like I said, it sound like when you say 99, it sounds so much hotter than it actually is. But it's still warm, but it's not too bad. Are there public pools in the Henderson area? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I want to say there's one. I think I did come across one. Let me see on the website here if this is what I was thinking. It was O'Callahan. I swear there was one park that I came across recently that did have a pool. Black Mountain Recreation Center. They definitely have some swimming. It looks like it's just a kiddie pool, but it just looks like it's a kid's pool. But they may have more. I don't know if there's a fee or anything, but Black Mountain Recreation Center looks like they have a pool, so that's a place you could check out. Do you see Las Vegas in 10 years with all the moving there? Will it be like LA expensive or not really? That's really hard to tell. I know there's still a lot of people moving here, but it definitely has slowed down, in my opinion. But there's still definitely people moving here. I'm not saying they're not, but I don't know. You know, once the Raiders come in, I think that's really going to decide if it keeps growing with the population or what, because there's a lot of, you know, LA fans that grew up Raiders fans that now are moving here and that will continue to move here, or that will just come for the games in general, so that will drive up just everything. So I'm not sure, but it definitely could. You know, my main concern with it is if it becomes so populous like LA, I don't know where they're going to get all the water, because the water is going down every year. I think after the last snow it did go up a little bit, but not enough to like make any kind of serious change. But if we keep growing a population, like especially like LA, I just don't think we can keep up with the water unless they install the Pacific Project, which is apparently a tunnel from the Pacific Ocean to refill Lake Mead and then like desalt it and all that stuff. But I don't know if that'll happen. Who knows? But there's a lot of factors to it. Bison is delicious. I agree. And the thing that I like about bison, it's very similar to ground beef, but it's actually regulated. There's no hormones. It's just treated better. It's fed better. Anything that you have like mass produced, like chicken, beef, there's always going to be, corners being cut. There's always going to be a lot more abuse. And any slaughter of an animal is never pretty, but the chickens, the way that they're treated, because there's just so many and the hormones they're pumped with to fill them up, like, the thing that people don't think about is like you're injecting, like you're eating all of that, like whatever that animal ate, the hormones, the soy products, whatever, like you're now ingesting that by eating that animal. So that's what I really like about bison, is it's more regulated, they're hormone free, and I think it just has a little more flavor anyway, which is better for you. You need to show us a bit of Vegas each time you come on. I will eventually. I do some videos outside, but it's just too hot right now. Like honestly, even if I wanted to do a video outside, the problem is the phone is going to overheat because it's in the sun. So I tried doing some live videos a couple weeks back at the park. The phone kept overheating, and I did the video that I did at the strip. The phone kept overheating all the time. So barbecue salmon, that sounds really good. I love salmon, so that's good. Surprisingly, you would think that I would never really thought about the lack of water until your video showing the dam. A lot of people don't think about the lack of water, and it's not really talked about as much as it should be, because that's a big deal. I mean, if there's no water, you can't live here. Like, you can't survive without water, so it's a big deal. Vegas is a dream to me. Well, you can always make it happen, man, if you want to. Do you ever want a pet? Yeah, I spoke about that earlier. I plan to get a dog by the end of the year. Praying for rain in Vegas. Show your power, Lord. Yeah, we don't get much rain, and I don't think that's going to change. This is a desert. Like, honestly, the only reason Vegas exists is because of the mob and the gambling and the casinos, because otherwise, like, no human being should really be living here, to be honest with you. Like, we don't have natural water, really. Lake Mead is completely man-made. Yeah, you have the Colorado River, but Lake Mead is completely man-made. I mean, it's hot as hell here. I mean, it's not somewhere that, like, if Vegas was not built, like, people should not be living here, honestly. But now that we have modern day amenities, air conditioning, electricity, we have the Lake Mead, we have water, it's livable. But for sure, like, I don't know how they built that dam and how people lived here prior to like air conditioning. There's no way I'd be able to. My bucket list is, after I retire, is Vegas, selling everything and driving out. Do it. It's a good place. I mean, there's a lot of people who come here to retire because of the, just lack of state income tax, the lower cost of living, the desert lifestyle. I'm sure there's more financial reasons that people move here as well, but I mean, overall, it's a good thing. The only thing to be aware of is the healthcare system. I hear it's not very good. So besides that, what's your opinion on some people saying that veganism will have slow climate change, or even think climate change will still happen? I mean, I think it definitely plays a role. I mean, all of the animals, they have to drink the water. We have to dispose of the waste. We have to grow the grass. I mean, it definitely plays a role, but how big it is, I'm not sure. And I definitely do believe that there is climate change. I just don't know. Here's the thing, like, we've always had ice ages, we've always had natural disasters. So is the climate changing because that's just the natural progression of the planet, or are we accelerating that by what we're doing? I don't know. I don't want to get into this whole climate change rabbit hole, but the thing to think about is, is it just a natural thing that the Earth does because we've had the different ice ages, or are we making that process worse and actually destroying it? That I don't know, but there's definitely some sort of change going on. It's clear as day. I mean, the ice is melting in places, etc. So, what's the best show or concert you've seen? The best show and concert that I've seen has been in New York City. That was Eminem and Rihanna at Giants and Jets Stadium. That was by far the best concert that I've been to. It wasn't here in Vegas, it was in New York, but that is that. Been here 48 years, never had any doubts about the city until I felt that earthquake. Yeah, luckily I wasn't actually here for the earthquake. Surprisingly, I was here on July 4th for the first one, but I was actually walking outside. I didn't even feel it, honestly. So I had no idea until somebody told me about it. And then I was in Florida for the last week, so I didn't feel the second one that hit, which I know that one was a lot stronger. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of faults here in Vegas. Just Nevada in general has a lot of faults for earthquakes, so it's definitely possible to have a lot of that, occur here. So Hoover Dam is like super big. Yep, it is. Have you ever considered Reno? I actually haven't. I've never even been there, so before I ever move anywhere, I like to visit. That's what I did when I moved to LA. I visited a couple times, decided to move there. When I moved to Vegas, I visited 3 times, decided to move here. So I would love to go see it. I want to go to Lake Tahoe sometime, maybe this winter. So that would be a good time to check it out. And I don't know. There's just really nothing appealing to me about Reno. I don't know. Like, it sounds nice and it's probably very scenic and it's probably a great place to live. But like, I moved to LA because it's LA and they have the beaches and, I just wanted to do something different, and I've always wanted to experience California. I remember when I was growing up, my dad always used to tell me that I would love California, so I wanted to try it out. And then I moved to Vegas because it's Vegas, it's a good city, there's a lot of opportunity here, really can be. And it was still close to California, it was close to Utah, it was close to like travel around. So ultimately that's why I moved here, but like as far as Reno, I just don't see anything like really appealing. Maybe just less people would be nice. The winters I wouldn't really mind, the cooler weather I wouldn't really mind, but yeah, I'd check it out for sure. Northern Nevada is too cold in the winter. It definitely gets a lot colder there, that's for sure. Appreciate your answers. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hey, is the Summerlin area a good place to live, and how does it compare to Henderson? So Summerlin is, let's see if I can put this down and keep it here. So yeah, Summerlin is very nice. The thing that I don't really like so much about Summerlin is like when people say they live in Summerlin, it's almost like they're like they just, I don't know. It's like people think it's like Beverly Hills, they think they're maybe even like better. I don't know. There's this like snotty kind of feel about Summerlin from what I've experienced. There's a lot of really high-end, really nice homes over there. A lot of people with a lot of money living over there. So I don't know if that's just that, but it is nice. It's a little more congested. I feel like everything is kind of on top of each other over there. Henderson is a lot more spread out. There's more, just has more of a family feel to it. You have Walmart, Target, Best Buy, everything is within a 2-mile radius. I really never have to leave my area ever. So I prefer this area, honestly. It's just quieter, and I just like it better personally. But I would definitely check both out, but in my opinion, I like it better here. Let's see. Is the fun fireworks legal in Vegas itself? I'm not sure. I wasn't here for 4th of July, so I'm not too sure. Why'd you leave LA? I did a whole video on that. That's my biggest video that I've ever done, actually, was 5 reasons I left LA. But just mostly cost of living. I found people were not as friendly there. But mostly it was just cost of living, taxes. It was just too much. It didn't make sense. I mean, I was paying $1,700 for a studio for no reason. I was paying all that money in state income tax for no reason. I do everything online, do everything from a computer. I can really work from anywhere. So for me, it just was a waste of thousands and thousands of dollars. So I experienced it for a year. It was cool. But that was my tuition, as I called it, to learn my lesson. So it is what it is. Tilapia is delicious with lemon garlic. That sounds really good. I haven't had tilapia in a while. Lake Tahoe is beautiful. Reno is a nightmare. Crystal meth house away from Reno. Also, the median home price in Reno is almost twice what it is in Vegas. I could see that for sure. What do you think about staying at the budget suites on Tropicana just to get started until I find an apartment? By the way, thank you for your videos. I'm not sure what the budget suites is. Let's see. Tropicana is usually kind of a iffy area, and then just the name of the hotel kind of probably you're not going to get the best people there. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the pictures, you're probably not going to get the best crowd there. You're probably going to see some drug deals going on. You're probably going to see a lot of prostitution going on. So if you're going to live there for a month, just really watch your back. I personally wouldn't. I would try to find something on Airbnb, but if that's all that fits your budget for a month, then make the best of it. Try not to leave too much. Stay inside. And just be smart. Don't carry around like expensive stuff. Try not to get robbed. That's what I would say. I like Anthem. Yeah, Anthem's a nice area for sure. I've only been up there 2 times. The one time that I did was last year when we had the snow, because up in Anthem they had the most amount of snow over here in Henderson anyway. And it was my first time actually seeing snow, so that was pretty cool. What celebrities did you see if you did when living in LA, and have you seen some since you moved to Las Vegas? Let's see, in LA, I actually was doing Uber when I first moved there. I drove Draymond Green. He's on the Golden State Warriors. I drove him to like Soul Cycle in Beverly Hills. And I also drove the Kardashians, the marketing manager that they have, so not the actual like Kardashian or any of them, but I drove them to the Kardashians' house up in Calabasas. But I didn't actually see any of them. And then when I was in Orlando, Florida, I drove Little Bow Wow. He's a complete douchebag. So that was really it. Nobody really crazy besides, I guess Draymond Green would probably be the most known. But here in Vegas, no, I haven't seen any. I'm sure if you hang out on the Strip a lot, you'll probably see more. But unfortunately, I'm stuck here in LA. Well, what makes you think you're stuck? You know, I know everybody has their reasons, but I'm just curious. Like, what makes you say you're stuck? Appreciate that, Javier. Thank you so much, man. What's your zodiac sign? I am a Libra. Anything on Tropicana east of Decatur is bad. Yep. Walmart, tilapia, $12. That sounds about right. I used to pay, when I used to get it at Costco, I think it was $9.99. So it's a little bit cheaper, but. What do you think about staying at the camping side in a tent? Oh man, staying in a camping tent here in Vegas, I wouldn't do that. Not long term. I mean, if you're gonna do it at Lake Mead for one night and you're gonna go camping, like that's cool, but I wouldn't do it for long term, man, because it's, number one, it's hot. Number two, there's, desert creatures, desert animals. Number three, I don't know where you're gonna put all your stuff. Number four, no AC. I don't know. That sounds really rough. Have you heard of the rapper Logic? Yeah, I listen to Logic all the time. I like his stuff a lot. I'm famous in my own mind. We all are. Is there a chance for me in Nevada? I work in air conditioning. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a lot of use for air conditioning here. I could see that. Is there really any appreciable temperature difference between Summerlin and Henderson due to elevation? What about the winds? I would say Henderson probably gets a little bit warmer, but it is windier here from what I've experienced. Henderson is very windy, at least where I am here in Green Valley. There's a lot of wind all the time. It's not windy right now, but when it does get windy, it gets very windy. So there's definitely more wind over here from what I've experienced anyway. I don't spend a lot of time in Summerlin, but anytime I've gone over there, it hasn't really been windy. Whereas over here, it has been. Temperature, again, I think it gets a little warmer over here. Let's see. With the increased cost of living, is Vegas still a bargain? I wouldn't say it's a bargain, because it's still not cheap. It used to be considered a bargain, but now it's not as cheap as it used to be. You used to be able to get a 2-bedroom here for like $700 a month, but now you're $1,100 for a 2-bedroom. You can find some cheaper, of course, but you're going to be in a bad, sketchy area if you start going too low. But yeah, it's definitely not a bargain, and I mean the wages here are not. So if you're just coming here and you want to get a full-time job at like a front desk at a I don't know, Spring Hill Suites or something, like it's going to be very expensive for you, because the wages are not going to be equivalent to really live full-time unless you have a roommate or you're married or you have a spouse or a partner. But it's definitely not a bargain for sure. Definitely not a bargain. The cost of living here is cheaper than my hometown in Florida. And if you are coming from California, then yeah, it's going to be a lot cheaper. But you have to keep in mind, if you're moving here from California, you either need to be self-employed or having that income follow you. Because if you're making, say you're making $100,000 in California, and now you move here, and you're only making 50, are you really better off? I'm not sure. That depends on everybody's situation. But unless you can really take that income with you, it may look like a bargain because you're used to paying so much more in rent, but it really depends on your job and your income level. So, yeah. Are there any gangbangers in the Henderson area? Not that I'm aware of. Maybe if you go on like Boulder Highway, it's a little sketchy over there, but no. What are the big pros and cons of living in a high-rise like at Aria City Center? Okay, so if you want to live in a high-rise on the Strip, you're going to want to be somebody who is probably younger. You like to go out to the clubs, you like to go to the casinos, you like to go to the bars. Maybe you like to just go out and find some tourists to have some fun with for the night, and that's what you're into at this point in your life. Then it's a great place for you. If you enjoy, again, the casinos, but keep in mind, if you enjoy the casinos and you live right there at the casinos, it's much easier for you to gamble. So if you're easily tempted by gambling, probably not a good idea. The traffic over there is a lot heavier on the Strip. There's always traffic getting in and out of those properties. There's always going to be people blocking the lanes, blocking traffic. You're going to have more tourists. You're going to have more people acting like idiots. Personally, I don't really see any benefits unless maybe you're a single young dude, maybe there's two of you guys, you're going to be roommates, you're going to split a badass apartment high up, and you're single and you're just looking to have some fun for a year, then, I guess it could be cool, but it can also be dangerous if you're, not very in control. It's very easy to get out of control. So, hey Tony, what's up, Kelly? Thanks for coming on. Is East Side up by Frenchman Mountains a bad area? Yes, for sure. Northeast is not a good area. The only place that I've heard that was decent up there was, what was the name of it? It's that one casino. What was the name of it? I'm drawing a brain fart here. I just saw it recently. Aliante Park. I hear that's pretty decent. But besides that, yeah, Northeast is just not really a great area. Yeah, Aliante seems okay. How's the Uber business? I don't know, because I didn't do Uber here. I only did it in LA and I did it in Florida. So I'm not sure, but I mean, it's probably okay. I wouldn't expect to make a killing out here. I wouldn't rely on it. If you're going to do it temporarily, I could see it being okay. If you're going to do it while you are looking for another job, or maybe you just moved here and you need to make some money, or you're trying to just do a side income to pay off things or something. But I would never recommend anybody doing Uber full time to survive on. There's too many factors. If you get in an accident, your car breaks down, and it's just not really profitable at the end of the day. You're literally taking money out of the value of your car and you're trading it for money right now. So it's okay to do temporarily if you need to between things, but definitely don't rely on it. That would be my tip for that. Growing up in Florida, what was your favorite restaurant to eat at there? I like Tijuana Flats. It's a Mexican place. It's like a Tex-Mex. That place was really good. And there was also a burger place called Burger 21. Burger 21 is really good. That was in Orlando as well. I don't know if they had other areas, but that one was really good. Any other place you're thinking about moving to? You've made some comments about Vegas not being your final stopping ground. I've considered going back to Florida, only because it's home. You know, it's home for me. I wanted to try out other cities. I moved to LA, you know, in 2017. Now I'm here because I felt like I was getting it. Okay, so I was getting at a point in LA, or in Orlando, sorry. I was about 26. I was in a good relationship. You know, by most people's standards, everything was great. And I'm crazy for leaving. You know, I had a good relationship, I had a good income, good job. I had everything going for me. But I felt like I was still 26 and I felt like I was getting settled down. Like, had I stayed and I stayed in this relationship and I had a kid, it would have been very hard for me to leave. And I felt like I was just kind of really putting roots down. So I decided that I wanted to do it while I was young. I wanted to go try out other cities. I wanted to move around. I wanted to experience other life and other environments and just put myself out there for a little bit. So that's what I did. And ultimately, that's the reason why I left Florida, was because I grew up there. I went to college there. I never left. And I felt like I was just going to get stuck. You know, there's a lot of people who never leave their hometown for this reason. You know, they start building roots and roots and roots. And before you realize it, you're so rooted down into the ground with kids and a house and a mortgage and a marriage that you really can't just leave. So I do miss Orlando because it's home. You know, it's where I'm from. I was there last week and I missed it, man. I missed my family. You know, I missed some of my friends there. It just feels like home. Like, I love Vegas and I love living here, but it's never felt like home. Like, it's always felt like a good place to live and I enjoy it, but it's not home. It's not home for me. So yeah, I've thought about moving back to Florida. I've also considered going to Puerto Rico. I don't know why, but part of me would like to experience living in Puerto Rico. And another one that I looked at was Utah, in St. George, Utah, which is not far from here. It's like 2 hours. But yeah, those are my couple places and a little backstory to that. Kelly wants to know why I haven't been live the last few days. Well, I was in Florida for a week, so I went live the other night. I think, was it 2 nights ago? Today's Monday. I think it was Saturday. I went live on Saturday. But yeah, I was in Florida for a week, so I hadn't uploaded, and I was with family and friends. I didn't want to be on YouTube, so I wanted to take a little break. I've been pumping out so many videos. I think I've put out more videos in the last month than I've put out on my channel in the last year, so need a little bit of a break. Let's see. Also, Lyft and Uber can just change their pay policies anytime they like. Yes, and that has happened many, many times. That happens all the time. Okay, we got 45 people on, guys. If you guys are coming on, make sure you click that thumbs up button for me. That way the video gets out to more people, more subscribers get notified of the video. It pops up in their feed. So we can go ahead and have a bigger conversation, have more people conversating and asking questions. That way it can help more people out. So if you haven't done that, click that thumbs up for me. I do appreciate it. Let's see. What was your favorite hangout spot or food in LA? I'm trying to think of a place that was just in LA and not here. I had Fat Burger for the first time when I was in LA, and I really liked Fat Burger. They have it here as well. And I actually really like this place called Veggie Grill. It was actually a vegan restaurant, and I'm not like a vegan or anything, but they had really good food, and I would like to go there sometimes and have it. They had really good food. It was just always really fresh, and it had really good flavor, so I enjoyed going to Veggie Grill, and they don't have one of those here, so that'd probably be the other one. How do you feel about housing at Lake Las Vegas? I think a lot of it's beautiful. There's a lot of new construction. There's a lot of new houses being built. There's a lot of condos. The only thing that I don't like about Lake Las Vegas is the fact that it's a little bit isolated. So if you want to get groceries, you want to go to a 7-Eleven, you know, you're gonna have to drive outside of your community. It's only like a 7 to 10 minute drive, but still, just being where I am right now, I can literally go across the street and go see so many things. And I can get groceries across the street. I can get gas stations, Starbucks, Walmart. Like everything is just so close. But I guess that has its, you know, positives for some people. You know, if they want to be at Lake Las Vegas, it has a nice community center. There's nice golf courses there. Obviously, you have the lake. You have water sports. There's a little like town center there where they have some stores. They did have a casino there. It shut down a couple years back, but who knows? Maybe they'll build another one. But overall, I think Lake Las Vegas is awesome if you are somebody who likes quietness, you want newer construction, and yeah, I like Lake Las Vegas a lot. I've stayed at the Westin over there, and beautiful property. So even if you live here in Vegas, I would recommend staying over there, checking it out. Beautiful place. I get that Vegas is home for me, where I grew up, so I'd probably return. I hear you. It's just what it is. It's like home is always. It sounds so stupid, but home is always where the heart is. That's always where you're gonna feel the most comfortable. You know, you have so many memories in those places. So yeah, it is. My wife doesn't want to leave her parents. That's why I'm stuck here in LA. Stay single. That is a tough one, man, because yeah, when you're married, the decision is not entirely on you. So I get that. But Vegas is only 4 hours from LA. So I mean, if you guys wanted to move here, I mean, you could easily go back. It's a 45-minute flight. I've seen flights for like $80 round trip to LA and back. So I don't know. Wait, not to get personal, would you say you left your girl because you felt bad about aging? No, it wasn't about aging. It was just the fact that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to experience new areas of my life and experience new communities, experience new cities, just see what else was out there. And I didn't want to stay put in Orlando and end up marrying this girl or get like even more deep in, and then 10 years from now, you know, say, well, because of you, I never lived anywhere else. Because of you, I never tried any other cities. Because of you, I didn't follow this dream or that dream. I didn't want to put that on her. So for me, it was better for me to go experience it and do what I needed to do and then come back if I need to. But yeah, I agree. She could have changed my life. I mean, it could have gone either way. Like if I stayed in Orlando, who knows what my life would be like, you know, right now. I don't think that I would even be doing this right now had I stayed in Orlando. I don't think I would have the video editing skills that I've acquired because I got them when I was in LA and did freelance video editing. I've gained so much experience and just life experience from putting myself out there over the last 2 years that, you know, do I kind of regret leaving in a way? Yes, but I might also feel the same way had I stayed. I might regret still being there right now. So, like, it can go either way, honestly. That's just how life is. So, have you looked at any mobile home parks? I have not. I haven't really been seeing any. You probably have to go to like Boulder City, or you probably have to go towards like deep traditional Henderson to really find those. I don't see too many of them over here. Do you miss Tito's Tacos in Los Angeles? I never went to Tito's Tacos. I think that's the food truck, if I'm not mistaken, but I never actually went to it. Let's say your business money takes off, you're about to make millions, say you go to Florida, would you keep a place in Vegas or not? I would probably have a second home here, for sure, if I could. I would wait until the market crashes and get one at a lower rate, but yeah, for sure. I like Vegas, I really do. Whew, we got a lot of questions, guys. I think I'm talking too much on some of them. My nose is like really itchy. Tacos and chicken and cheese fries sound good. Everything that's bad always sounds good. I was definitely thinking about moving to Vegas. My wife has seen so many videos of scorpions. I have not seen a single scorpion, if that helps you out. I have not seen a single scorpion living here at all. I've seen, what have I seen? I've seen some jackrabbits, which I see a lot of actually, which are harmless. They're just rabbits. I've seen a lot of lizards. That's like ducks, surprisingly ducks, because I live pretty close by. But yeah, like I don't really see anything too crazy out of the ordinary. So I wouldn't worry too much about the scorpions. The only time you have to really worry about like scorpions or snakes or coyotes, really, I mean, you can see coyotes too places, but you have to really worry about those when you're in more of the like isolated areas. Southern Highlands has a lot of coyotes from what I hear. They probably see more of that because there's just not really a lot around that area. But over here in Henderson, where I am in Lake Green Valley, I haven't really seen too much, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Slot Fever, what religion? I'm Christian, for those wondering. Scorpions. I thought only Arizona had scorpions. No, we got scorpions, but like I said, I've never seen them. Some people say they've seen a ton of them, but I haven't seen any. But anytime you're in the desert, you're gonna definitely see scorpions. Scorpions are kind of rare, and it's about as bad as finding a spider in your house. I haven't even had a spider in my house actually at all. So I do have to say, here at this apartment, I've never had any. Like, they do a good job with the pest control and just keeping stuff out, because I've never had any sort of critter inside my apartment, like, at all. No roaches, no nothing. It's been good. We have black widows in Los Angeles. Yeah, we probably have them out here too, I'm sure. Iguanas. Yeah, you got the alligators, and definitely spiders, mosquitoes, and lizards are all over in Florida for sure. Nicole says, are you currently dating? I'm not currently dating. I mean, I'm open to, you know, if I meet somebody, I'm just kind of like playing it by ear. You know, if I meet somebody and it turns into something great, but I just don't really like, I don't know, I'm not a big like dating guy, because I feel like a lot of the times it's forced. You know, I feel like you should just kind of let it naturally happen. But Coach Lewis, I appreciate the $1.99, man. Thank you so much. I'll move there because of the many sunny days. It is pretty much sunny year round. I hardly ever, like, we don't ever see rain. It rains like, I think, maybe 10 days a year. And if it does rain, it's usually in the summer, during monsoon season right now, but I still haven't really seen any rain. I know last week it rained, but it's very, very rare. Pretty much always sunny. Coyotes in Lake Las Vegas. I could definitely see that. And my phone is about to die, guys. So let me plug the phone in real quick, and then I'll get back to answering some questions. Where's my charger? Hold up. All right, that's how you know you've been doing a live stream for a while, if your phone is starting to die. Let's make sure. Cool. All right, we are good. We will keep it rolling. So let's see. Dwayne, have you ever eaten an alligator? How much longer do you see yourself staying there? I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I'm rolling with it, you know. Who knows what a year will bring? You know, you never know what a year is going to bring. So a year from now, hey, things could drastically turn completely amazing, and I could end up getting a house next year, and who knows? You know, I have no idea. But for now, I'm here. I was born on Friday the 13th. The heat attracts bugs, for sure. The heat does attract bugs. Over here, I haven't really seen too many bugs, but in Florida, it definitely attracts a ton of mosquitoes. Is alligator any good? I've never had it. Would you move back to Florida? Yep, I definitely would. Florida's home. I actually spoke about that probably about 10 minutes ago in the live stream, but yeah, Florida's home. It's always going to be home. You know, it's just home to me, but yeah. Are you a fan of horror movies? I'm not. I don't like horror movies pretty much at all. I like comedy, drama, and action. Those are my three that I really like. I'm moving to Vegas on August 12th. Thanks for all your vids. That's what's up, Black Market. Which area did you decide I'm moving to? Good God, I missed that Vegas sunny weather. Yep, it was bright and sunny today. Just got to make sure you put your SPF on because it's very easy to get sunburned. Do you speak any other languages? I do not. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but it's very bad. What does your necklace and hat say? This hat is Zoo Culture. This is a gym in, let's see. Yeah, this is just a gym that I went to in California. And then the necklace, this was actually my dad's. So this is St. Christopher. This was my dad's necklace. He actually passed a few years ago. Unfortunately, he committed suicide. So I have this, still reminds me of him every day. And, you know, this was passed down. So I never take this off unless I'm at the beach. It's always on me. So it's very important to me. Do you have any javelinas in Vegas? I'm not sure what a javelina is. I bought a house in Northwest Vegas. That's what's up, Black Market. That's a nice area. Northwest Vegas is a very not talked about area. It's nice over there. There's a lot of new construction. It's a good area. I like Northwest. Underrated area for sure. Texas has more bugs. Yeah, I could see that. How's Vegas during New Year's? I don't know. We'll find out. Last year, was I here for New Year's? I was, but I stayed home. I literally just stayed home last year. They say gator tastes like chicken. That's what I've heard as well. How are you dealing with the heat? Is it better or worse than Florida? I like it better, personally, because the dry heat is not as, like, sticky, so it's just, like, it's still hot. So whether you're comparing the dry heat to the humid heat, no matter what, it's still heat. It's hot. But I like the Vegas weather better because it's not as sticky. Like, you don't walk outside and you're just like drenched and you're just like, why did I even take a shower? So, I mean, overall, I like the heat here better. You just have to be careful. The one thing that I've experienced and when friends have visited and family have visited is with the dry heat, you don't necessarily feel hot right away. So sometimes you'll be outside and you don't realize how hot you are and it's very easy to get dehydrated. So it's important that you have a lot of water with you and you get adjusted to it. You try to avoid midday heat. You try to just avoid going outside in the summer period if you can. But yeah, you just have to be careful with it. Whereas like in Florida, you know you're hot, you're sweating, you're drenched. Like, you know what's coming, so you know to get out of it. But like here, I feel like it just kind of hits you out of nowhere. So it's definitely different. First thing to do is smash the like button. Everyone help a brother out sports channel. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people don't like to hit the like button. It is what it is. You putting out indoor vlogs all day. Yeah, man, it's too hot. I had somebody actually comment and say that I should start doing, you know, videos outside with like Vegas in the back. And I know that's what Jacobs does on his channel, but it's just way, way, way too hot. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of going outside. Now, when it cools down, I'll go outside and I'll probably do more hiking videos. I'll probably do just more videos around Vegas once it cools down. But for now, man, I'm gonna be inside doing these videos for a while. Do you have any siblings? I do not. Just me. Do you worry about the roller coaster style property value changes that tend to occur? Does it make you hesitant to buy there? Yeah, for sure it would. You know, you'd want to buy when the market's low. You know, anytime there's like a lower end after a crash or a recession or anything, you know, that's when you want to buy. Right now it's just overpriced. I'm sorry about, I appreciate that, guys, for the comments about my dad. I appreciate that. It's been a while, you know, it's one of those things that you never get used to it. You just kind of learn to live with it. I don't know. Those who have kind of gone through losing somebody, you know what I'm talking about. It was hard because of the way it happened, but, you know, either way you saw those feelings. Centennial Hills is nice. I've heard about Centennial Hills. I've never been over there, but I hear it's nice. Are you planning on traveling abroad? Yeah, for sure. I would love to start traveling abroad. Just, it's going to be some time before I can do that, but I would love to do it. you know, if the channel keeps growing at this rate, I mean, hey, that could happen, you know, sooner than later. We'll see. Good comparison in last video about opening an oven, having the air hit you. For sure. It's like that, or it's like sometimes I open the dryer or the dishwasher. I would compare more to Florida because it's always like you know, you get the water heat. But yeah, like your dryer and oven, etc. Do you have to run the air conditioner all day in the summer? I mean, typically, whether it's summer or winter, I usually keep my AC at like 77, 78 during the day. And then when I sleep, I make it cold. I like to sleep with it cold. So like 72 is what I sleep. And during the day, I keep it like 77, 78, and it seems to be fine. It definitely turns on more in the summer, but I've said this in other videos, my AC bill has never been more than $55 a month. So not even just AC, just my electric bill in general has never been more than $55. So I think it's pretty good. But again, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment right now. When I move into my 2-bedroom, I'm sure that's going to go up. You know, if you have a house, then, you know, yeah, it's going to cost you a lot more to heat that house. You know, I would say for a house, you're probably going to be $300 to $400 a month, possibly, to cool the house, for power, everything. Especially if it's 2 floors, might be even higher. As a local, do you ever go to the Strip? No. Only when friends and family come around. That's about it. Because they usually want to go there. But besides that, not really. And then another thing about the air conditioner that I'll touch on too is during the winter months from like November to like March, I don't even run my AC. I can literally have the windows open during the day and it stays cool. I literally don't run the AC at all for those like 4 or 5 months. So that helps a lot. I think my lowest power bill was last February. That was right around when we got our snow, and it was cold out. So it stayed nice, perfect temperature inside. And I think my electric bill that month was like $34. So, yeah. How much do I need to save to move there? I would recommend at least $5,000 just so that you can put a deposit down on a place. You can pay your first month's rent. You have some wiggle room to buy food, to get yourself moving. So $5,000 is really a good starting point. You can always obviously do less. You can have more, but just know the less money that you have, the harder it is going to be for you to survive and to last. So I think 5,000 is like the bare minimum that anybody should have to move anywhere, in my opinion. I want to move to Florida. What part would you recommend? That depends what you're interested in. If you like the beach areas, look at the West Coast. Naples is nice, but there's a lot of older people there. Sarasota is nice. Still a lot of older people there, but they have like the best beaches. Tampa, Clearwater is really nice. And the East Coast is nice too, but I prefer the beaches on the West Coast. So Fort Lauderdale is nice on the East Coast. West Palm Beach, Boca Raton is nice. Miami's too crazy for me. So those are kind of the others that I recommend. And I mean, I'm from Orlando, but it's just home for me, but there's not, I don't know. Like, it's a nice area. If you have a family and stuff, Orlando's cool. There's all the theme parks and everything too. My dad died 3 months ago. That's hard. It is hard, Cheryl, but time does help. I know that doesn't change anything, but you learn to live with it a little bit easier. It doesn't go away, but it does get a little easier. And I'm sorry to hear that. Miami has money. Yeah, Miami's too expensive, too crazy, too fake. I like Miami's like LA. You have people that are either super rich or you have people that are just barely getting by, that are leasing their cars in a shit ton of debt, trying to look like they're making it, but they're not. You just have a lot of fakeness in Miami that I don't know. It's just too flashy. Barbershops, how are the barbers out there? They're pretty good. The best guy that I've gone to, he's in the Northwest. He's good. For a good haircut out here, expect to pay like $50. Like for a good haircut. You can find some for like 20, 25, but just be aware you're gonna be like pushed in and out. It's gonna be hard. Like you may not get the best cut. $50 is probably the average for like a good solid haircut. I appreciate that comment, Steph. Just read through it. Dwayne, what's going to be the rent for the 2-bedroom? The one I'm moving into is $1,290. So it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. 2 stories or even just vaulted ceilings make a big difference in cooling costs for sure. The higher the ceilings, the more you're going to pay because that heat is going to just rise. I would drive for Uber there. Any advice or stories? I don't have any stories because I did not do it here. I only drove for Uber in Florida and LA. So, I mean, my advice would be don't do it long term. That's literally the best advice that I can give you is just don't do it long term. Don't rely on it. Just like Greg, I think, Greg, he stated earlier in the video, you know, they can change their pay, they can change their structure anytime. So I definitely would not try to rely on that. You can get into an accident and then you don't have a way to make money. You know, and the accident doesn't even have to be your fault. You know, you could be sitting at a light and then somebody hits you. You know, your transmission could go out. There's just so many things that can go wrong with it. So I wouldn't do it permanently, but if you need to do it like between something while you're finding a job, then I could see it being okay. But my biggest thing is don't get sucked into doing it for the long haul because it's not a long haul answer. Yeah, you're going to put a shit ton of miles on your car, you know, wear your car down, and just pretty much make your car worth nothing eventually. So Claude, I recently lost my dad. You have my sympathy. Sorry to hear that, man. It's tough, man. You have, likewise, man. Right back at you. Can you recommend some cool stuff to do on a Vegas vacation besides casino strip stuff? Red Rock Canyon for sure is great. Go on some hikes. Go to Lake Mead for sure. Do the Hoover Dam. I did a video about the Hoover Dam like a month ago. Go back and watch my video about that. It's called the 5 mistakes of, or don't make these damn mistakes. Or something. I named it something funny with the Hoover Dam. But yeah, it'll go over like that. But I would definitely do the Hoover Dam, do Lake Mead, do Red Rock Canyon. Any local hikes are going to be fun to do. And you can go to Valley of Fire as well, which is like an hour away. That's really fun, really scenic. I would do those things. Those are all pretty solid options. And I've done videos about all of those on the channel. If you just go back through the videos, you'll be able to see those. Are you ever going to get a pet? Yeah, I plan on getting a dog by the end of the year. House of Taupe, hello, hello. Have you ever thought about writing a book? I've thought about it. I'm not a good writer like that. Like I have issues like putting my thoughts down and actually writing and typing. I'm very good at speaking. I'm very easy to like speak my thoughts, and I'm a very good communicator in that aspect. But as far as like writing and typing stuff, it's hard for me. So if I was to ever write a book, I don't really know what it would be about, but I would want somebody to write it for me. Like I would speak it out and I would have them professionally write it because I'm just not good at that. But I've thought about it. How many square feet will the 2-bedroom be? I think it's 984. It's a little bit bigger. This one that I'm currently in is 652, I believe. So it's like almost 350 square feet bigger than I have now. So it is definitely a lot bigger. And the good thing is like the living room here and like the kitchen is like, you guys can probably see it. It's like you can see it's pretty narrow. So the one there is a lot wider, and then the kitchen has the L shape. So I'm gonna have cabinets against that back wall as well. So house plants make the best pets. I have some fake plants back there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's like one back there, and then I have the couple on the desk, and then I got one right here. Orlando is home. Lake Notable. My wife's trying to talk me to move in PA because cost of living is less, pays more. I've never thought about moving in the Northeast. I was originally born in Connecticut. I have family up there, but I don't have any interest in living up there, honestly. All the snow and I don't know. There's just nothing appealing about the Northeast to me. I don't mind visiting, but I wouldn't really want to live there. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. Hey Tony, ever heard of Sunrise, Florida, west of Fort Lauderdale? Good place to live. I haven't heard of Sunrise. I've heard of, God, what's the city? Plantation, I think, which seems pretty nice, but I haven't heard of Sunrise. But I mean, anything by Fort Lauderdale is probably going to be pretty nice. Fort Lauderdale is a nice area. Could you get a one-way flight to Orlando for a price of a haircut? Okay, so the cheapest flight that I got from here to Orlando round trip was last year. I went for my grandma's birthday. I did a video on that too if you guys want to see that. I surprised my grandma. I hadn't seen her in like a year, ever since I moved to LA. So it was like a year and 4 months that I hadn't seen my mom or my grandma. And I flew back home and I surprised them with that. And my round trip for that flight was only $97. So I flew to Orlando and back, $97 with taxes, everything included. I did a carry-on bag, so I didn't have to pay for bag at all. $97 round trip, so it was nice. He gave directions to the damn bathroom. That I did. Do you have a Nevada? I keep saying Nevada. I keep saying it wrong sometimes, but I'm doing better. Do you have a Nevada concealed carry permit? I do not. I will probably get one, but I do not right now. Do you find local Vegas people friendly? For the most part, yeah. I mean, I've encountered, there's always going to be a couple of people who are just upset at the world, who are grumpy, who don't want to talk to anybody. But for the most part, I'd say most people are friendly. I walk through my community, I say hello to people. Like 9 out of 10 people will say hello, they'll wave back. Same thing in the gas stations, people are very friendly. So yeah, I mean, most people are pretty friendly here. Bro, you're right about Miami. That city is so overrated, way too overpriced, like Vegas. A lot of guys move there just to bang hot chicks. See, that's the problem. There's a lot of guys, man. It's too many guys, like, they come here and they just think it's, like, it's a big party. They're just going to come here and they're like little puppy dogs all over these women. And what they, like, you don't, like, these women are, they're doing that to you on purpose. Like, they're there to take your money. They're there to manipulate you. Like, when you're doing a stripper or any type of like adult entertainment like that, those women are professional manipulators, and I don't know why men think that they're gonna, you know, somehow win this woman's heart. I don't understand it. But people move here and they think that they're going to just be getting with all these strippers and life is going to be just this crazy party where they're just with strippers and doing all kinds of things all night, and it doesn't work like that. And not only that, but you look weak. Like, you can't be that begging man. Like, there's always that guy. Like, make her want you. You can't, like, be the puppy dog on your hands and knees, like, like, come on now. Don't, like, there's too many men out there like that nowadays. Crazy. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Make being man great again. I'll say that, because there's a lot of guys out there that give us very bad reputations. Bryce Canyon and Zion are spectacular, but you need 2 or 3 days to see them. Yeah, I still want to do that. Definitely. I want to go to Bryce Canyon and Zion, and they're very close. They're only like 2 hours away. So that's on my list. I'm hoping to do that sometime by the end of the year, for sure. You've got to do restaurant reviews. I would like to just start doing some more, maybe some like buffets and stuff too. I know there's a guy on YouTube, All You Can Vegas. His name's Derek. He does a lot of buffets, but yeah, I'd like to start doing some of those too. Some club entrants want to charge $1,000 for entrance. Yeah, there's some here too that want to charge like crazy money, and these dudes pay it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just to go in, like most of these dudes will pay these absorbent cover charges, right? They'll go in, they'll stand by the bar, they'll drink a beer, and they'll just sit there and they'll just gaze around, and they won't even do anything. They're just like sitting there, observing, staring, being creepy, and they just paid all this money to get into this. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Went to Vegas to train and love the atmosphere and people. Hustler City, love it. It's a nice city. Definitely has a little bit of a hustle feel to it. You know, not like LA or New York City does, but definitely has a little bit of a hustle feel to it. Let's see. I know you don't know me, but could you help me move to Vegas next year? I'm on my I'm not sure what you're looking for, Steven. I mean, I have tons of videos about moving here, different tips, areas to live in, areas not to live in, things to look out for. So definitely go back and watch a ton of the videos. You know, if you have the money, then I think you're good. You know, just come up with some sort of a plan. You'll be all right. Preach, Tony. Most women are gold diggers and looking for a meal ticket. Exactly, because the second that these gold diggers out there, the second that they get what they want from you and they see another man that can provide more, they're gonna monkey branch over to the other man and they're gonna leave you, and you just got used. There's so many dudes out there that fall for this nonsense. Gotta watch out for a lot of these manipulators, man. And it's not just women doing it; men do it too. But it's, you know, and it's not all women either. Definitely not all women, but a lot. There's a lot of women that are just really good at manipulating, and men fall for it, and that's why they keep doing it. Any good hiking at Mount Charleston? I did the Mary Jane Trail at Mount Charleston, which was great. I did a video on that as well. If you want to go back to the videos I did, probably that was about 4 months ago at Mount Charleston. That's one that you could definitely check out. There's a ton of them though. I mean, that one was really good. I liked it. I didn't get to make it to the top because there's just too much snow, but yeah, that one was really good. If you're sexy, you get in free. I wish it worked that way, but only if you're a woman you get in free. Or if you're, pretty much if you're a woman. You're a fan of Italian food, bro. What's a good spot in Vegas for Italian food? I love Italian food. That's probably my weakness by far. To be honest with you, I like Carrabba's. I like the basic stuff. Carrabba's. Weirdly enough, I like Olive Garden. I like their breadsticks. It's not the best by any means, but Carrabba's is probably like my favorite Italian place. But there's a ton of places here. They actually have the new place called Italy at MGM Grand. Not MGM Grand, sorry. Park MGM. Italy. And there's just like little stands all over with different types of Italian food. So that's something to check out for sure. What's the main struggle? Yeah, it depends on the person. Totally depends on the person. I mean, probably most people would say just the heat, you know. I'm talking jobs like bartending and sports gambling. I don't really have anything as far as that goes because, you know, I work from home, but I would try to get a job before you move here, for sure. I mean, if you are a, attractive person, you have a good customer service skill, you have the ability to have people skills, you can talk to people, because a lot of people nowadays don't even know how to conversate with people. So that's actually a very valuable skill. If you know how to hold a conversation, you know how to talk with people, then you'll have a much better chance of actually getting in. And then obviously, like I said, if you're attractive, you will get it probably a little bit easier. Shell's right, was a Baltimore woman flashed long body and free shit. Yep, it happens everywhere. Olive Garden, all those old mobsters. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the best quality, but it's like people who just go to Taco Bell all the time. There's just something about Olive Garden that's really good, and I don't really know what it is, but I like it. Damn, so we have 58 people on, answering a lot of questions. I've been doing this a lot longer than I was expecting. I was only going to do 30 minutes, but I'll probably go another 12 minutes. So at 10 p.m., we'll go ahead and sign off. So if you guys have questions in the meantime, probably another 10 minutes or so, feel free. Do you know how to fight? I mean, a little bit. I've never been in a major fight, but I feel like if I needed to, I could protect myself decently. If I was rolling up against Mike Tyson, absolutely not. But what can I do besides visiting the Strip? Is there really that much to do? If you like outdoor stuff, you like hiking, you'll have a great time. If you like just exploring different casinos, you'll have a great time. If you like downtown area, you'll have a great time. But for me, I like the outdoor life. So I love a lot of the hiking and just the different trails and just the different things you can see. I mean, we're within so much natural beauty. You can get to the Grand Canyon in 4 hours. You can get to the west side of the Grand Canyon in 2.5. But
for the actual Grand Canyon, like 4.5 hours, you can get there. You go to Utah, Zion, you go to California. There's just so much that you can see within this little like pocket that there's a lot to do if you like outdoor life. So I was in a fight, but I got beat up. What's your opinion on the Northwest area of Vegas? I think it's great. I think it's a undiscovered gem. I don't think a lot of people talk about the Northwest, and so it's a little more hidden. It's a little more just undiscovered. Now there is a lot of newer construction over there and a lot of newer like shopping centers being built, but it is very quiet. Northwest is cool. I like it, honestly. It's a little farther away from things like the Strip. It's farther away from the airport. So it just depends on what you're looking to do. But like for me, where I live, it's only 15 minutes to the airport, 15 minutes to the Strip, and then I can get away from it and I'm far enough away where I like where I live. So it just depends. I mean, you're just going to be farther away if you're in the Northwest. Just be aware of that. What camera stabilizer do you use? I don't have a stabilizer right now, actually. I have my tripod up, but I did have the DJI Ronin, and I did have the one that you put your phone in, the DJI Osmo, but the Osmo broke, so. You have a favorite energy drink? I mean, I try to stay away from them, to be honest, but I'm drinking one right now. So I always drink Bang, pretty much. Bang, or there's that new one, Rain, or I drink Monster. Those are like the three, but I gotta cut down on them. I really do drink too many of them, so. I currently live in Chicago. Is it better to drive to Vegas from Chicago or just fly? I mean, it depends. If you have a lot of time, like you have a week to get here, I would drive if you can, because then you can see a lot along the way. You can do a road trip. You can stop in multiple states. Like when I moved from Florida to California, I think it took me about a week. I stopped in New Orleans. I stopped in Houston, San Antonio, Roswell, New Mexico. We skipped over Vegas because I had already been here. But we stopped in like multiple places and actually like enjoyed the full, road trip, because you got to think about it. Like if you're moving that far away, when are you ever going to be able to take another road trip like that? So it's up to you. I mean, if you just want to get there and you just want to fly and you don't have a lot of time, then just fly. But I would do the road trip route if you can. This is kind of late for you. I mean, I'm usually a night owl. I'm usually up late. But yeah, for a live stream, this is late. I usually don't do the live streams this late. Do you know Seven Hills area is a good place for living? I've heard good things about Seven Hills. I've never actually been over there, but yeah, I hear it's pretty nice. No Sour Patch Kids tonight. Nope. I almost got them at the grocery store, but I decided to put them down and didn't get them. So I like the way Red Bull smells, but they're so bad for you. I mean, everybody says that energy drinks are so bad for you, but I mean, in reality, like the caffeine is usually equivalent to a cup of coffee, if not 2 cups of coffee. But the caffeine is artificial caffeine. It's not like, natural caffeine, whereas caffeine in coffee is typically, from the bean, natural, grows from the ground. So there's probably some sort of thing with that, but I mean, I don't know. Caffeine is caffeine to me. I've been drinking these things for years, and I've been okay. Cross my fingers. What brand of TV do you own? I just have a Hisense. I'll show you. Hisense. It's like a 55, I think. Nothing crazy. I got it on sale for Black Friday last year. It was like $280, I think. So I like it. I've been happy with it. It's got Netflix. It's got YouTube built in, Hulu. I've been happy with it, and it's cheap. Let's see. Las Vegas logo here. What's up, Zico? I just discovered Diet Mountain Dew. I'm just not a fan of soda. I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of soda. In LA, did you visit the Sherman Oaks Encino area? Talk about the homeless problem out there. Yeah, the homeless problem out there is really that bad. I don't know how it is up in Sherman Oaks or Encino really, but if you were in LA area, downtown, anywhere where I was, West Hollywood, I mean, it was bad. You have like communities underneath the highway, like literally communities of tents, people just setting up shop and putting a fence around it, and I mean, literally just making a community underneath. So crazy. But yeah, Sherman Oaks, I went up there. That's where actually this gym is located in Woodland Hills, so close by. You should get a cat. I don't really want a cat. I mean, I would get one, but I want a dog. I want a French Bulldog. I've been wanting one for God knows how long, at least like 7-8 years, so it's about time that I finally get one. Last question for me, other than gambling, what's the quickest way to make fast cash? Fast cash never lasts, so just keep that in mind, you know. But if you work at the pools during summer, you know, if you're an attractive dude, you know, who's, you know, able to take his shirt off, you have a good body, you know, you'll do good. So anything working at the casinos, the pool parties like that, you're gonna do really good. Hippo on TV. Yeah, I have like Planet Earth or something on. Who's the cable internet provider out there? I have Cox, COX, and I only do the internet. I have the 300 megabit per second, which is like their second highest tier. They have the gigabit, and then they have the 300 megabit right below that. So mine is, I pay like $80 a month, $79.99. The only thing is you only get 1 terabyte of data each month. So if you go over your data, it's $10 per 50 gigabytes. But I've yet to go over it. And I do a lot of uploading on my, you know, YouTube videos and everything, and I've yet to go over it. So Hisense make good TVs. Yeah, I mean, I've been happy with it. The blacks are really good, and this is my second Hisense TV. I've been fine with it. How well is the public transportation in Henderson? I don't think there's really too much in Henderson as far as like public transportation goes. There is the bus route, I know, but it's not very prevalent over here. The other option, I mean, would be like Uber, Lyft, which obviously is everywhere. But as far as like public transportation, like a bus system or anything like that, I don't think it's too great over here. But if you go to the west side, Spring Valley, anything west of the Strip, you're gonna get much better bus service over there, better bus routes. So, are you a gamer? I'm not. I used to be. I actually would like to get a Nintendo Switch and play Mario Kart, because I played Mario Kart when I was back in Florida last week with some friends, and it brought back some memories. So I'd like to play some Mario Kart again. The game's fun. How's the supermarkets in comparison to Publix? I mean, Publix was always overpriced to me, so I didn't really get a lot of food there. I used to just get, mostly I would go there for like things that Costco didn't have or that BJ's didn't have, because I would always go to the wholesale clubs. And if I didn't go to there, I would usually go to Winn-Dixie actually. So Publix was like, I would go there, but only if I had to. So I was never a huge fan of Publix, but they did have good produce. Their vegetables were always fresh, fruit was always fresh, and the subs are always good. So, but over here, yeah, we've got Winco, Albertsons. There's a lot of Albertsons here, which is weird because I know they used to be all over Florida, but we have Albertsons, Smith's, Sprouts, Whole Foods. So there's a lot of choices for sure. Are you aware that you share a name with Hall of Fame? Yeah, for sure. I get actually tagged on Facebook on accident when they're trying to tag the NFL guy on my page all the time. So, yep. And it's kind of like a bad thing too, because the problem is my channel name is Tony Gonzalez, and if people search that, they're typically searching for the NBA player. So if they search my name, I kind of fall way down in the search results because his videos obviously have, you know, more search. But maybe one day I'll be above him on YouTube. That'll be cool. Do you do vlogs? I used to do a lot more vlogs, like going through my whole day, like what I eat, my workouts and everything. I used to do a lot more of those. But the problem with those is they never did well from the beginning because if people don't already know who you are, they're probably not interested in watching you go about your day. So I stopped doing those. I've just been focused more on like specific topics about Vegas and different things. And as the channel grows and we get people more interested in just kind of learning more about me, that's when I think the vlogs will do well. So over time, the vlogs will be coming back for sure, but I'm just waiting for the channel to grow a little bit, and then we'll slowly introduce vlogs like once a week or something. I don't know. But I like doing the vlogs because I can get a lot more creative. I can bring my camera around with me all day. I can, do transitions. I can share more of just my life. I can share more of my perspective, my thoughts, my experiences, and just be a little more raw and allow you guys to actually experience me versus just, hey, this is the guy who talks about moving to Vegas, So over time, that'll be cool. Where do you buy meats like your bison? Bison's 12 at Sprouts. I actually get it at Winco, $8 a pound. So, Winco. Do they have Winn-Dixie there? No Winn-Dixies, but they have Albertsons. What about the water system? Don't you have problems concerning that? Yes, for sure. The water is going down. It definitely is a concern. If people continue to keep moving here rapidly and with the stadium, I have no idea how that water is going to last, but they say it will. So they've thought about doing a pipeline from the Pacific Ocean to Lake Mead to refill it as well. Something I was reading. So I'm saving up. I'll be in Nevada in 2 years. That's the best way to do it. Make sure you come out, you're prepared, and do it the right way. You'll have a much better time if you do. Have you heard of iJustine? Yeah, she does like Apple reviews. I watched a couple of her stuff. Publix Deli is very good. Yeah, the deli's good. Subs are good. Chicken's good. Is there a theme park in Vegas? No. There's some like small water parks, but no actual theme park. I'll be here to watch the vlogs. I appreciate that. I think there's a good enough amount of you guys that would actually be interested in watching a vlog, and it would kind of bring a little bit of a, like I said, a different personality to the channel, and just a little more of, I don't know, a little bit more of me to the channel. So I like doing the vlogs. Like I said, they'll be back over time. So we love live chats, entertaining. Good. I'm glad you guys like them because I try to come on, and again, this kind of gives you guys more of a perspective into me. It just gives you guys a little bit of a chance to ask questions, to just engage a little bit more, because yeah, you can ask a question on a comment, but it's so much easier for me to actually answer questions like face to face like this. And it allows you guys to see my personality. It allows you to see more about me. It allows you to kind of determine, hey, is this guy actually cool, or is he just editing his videos and he's really a dirtbag? There's just a different perspective to doing a live video that you get. So I like doing them, and it just allows me to connect with my audience on a deeper level. You guys are the reason why I have the subscribers that I have, so it's important that I always, remember that and keep providing value to you guys that have, helped me to build the channel. Because again, without you guys, the channel would be 0 subscribers. There'd be nobody here. So, and I think a lot of people forget about that as their channel grows. They let the numbers get to their head. They start to say, oh, well, I've got, 10,000 subscribers now, so it's okay for me not to comment back. It's okay for me not to engage with my audience because I have a large enough audience now that I can just ignore people. And yeah, I just think too many people go that route. So what's up, Natalie? At Cheryl, did you change your last name? I thought about that too, but then I realized it was Cheryl. Which are some areas from Vegas to avoid? I actually did a video about this probably about a week and a half ago, areas to avoid. Make sure you check that video out. I went over all the areas to avoid, and then there's another video about areas that are the nice areas to live. So definitely check that out, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments on that video. Edited vlogs are better because you make them more artistically entertaining. I agree. And I have a lot of skills with my camera now as far as editing and transitioning and just filming in general. So yeah, I think I could make some really, really entertaining vlogs for you guys. So if that's something like that, if you guys, like, let me know, those of you that are on here, because there's about 60 people on here. I think this is the most people we've had so far. Like, let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Like, day in the life living in Vegas, day in the life, you know, like literally me, like what I do on a daily basis. I don't know if it's going to be something that I, you know, do every single day, but maybe like once a week where I do a video taking you guys through like my day and what I'm doing and just showing you a little bit more around. Like, I don't know. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know, because I think that would be cool. Do you know the visa process? I do not, unfortunately. But that's probably something that would be cool. Any plans on purchasing another car, Tony? Yes, I want to get a car either in October or December, depending on which car I go with. There's a couple tax benefits to certain cars that I'm looking at, so I may decide to go with a certain vehicle. I'm not 100% sure which one I want to go with, but I do want to either pay for one fully in cash or I want to put 20% down in cash on the car that I want. So I'm just waiting until I kind of get everything sorted and I figure out what I want, because a car is a big investment. It's always the second biggest investment that a person makes. You know, you have a house and you have a car. Those are always the two biggest purchases for the most part that people make. So I'm just taking my time with it. I want to make sure I get the right car, and I want to make sure that I make the right decision for myself financially to, you know, enjoy it and not be underwater and, you know, struggling and worrying about this large payment. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Hey man, bro, too many YouTubers wants to get big, get really arrogant. Yeah, I don't even know what PewDiePie is about. I've gone on his channel and I literally don't even understand like how he has so many subscribers and like why people are interested in the videos. I really don't understand it. Let's see, a morning routine maybe. Yeah, I could do my morning routine, my workout routine, show you guys what I eat, show you guys around my area. Yeah, just cool, fun stuff. Because there's a lot of days, honestly, where I'm like, man, I wish I would have recorded this because this would be cool to look back on. So it'd be cool. And it sounds like a lot of you guys would be interested. So do you miss having a car? I mean, I do, but honestly, it hasn't been a big deal because I work from home. So, I mean, it's definitely more convenient, but I'm actually finding that not having a car, I'm not going and buying like random things. I'm not going to the gas station and buying something random. I'm not just driving around to joyride and burn gas. So, yeah, I mean, I do miss it because there's obviously a sense of freedom that comes with it, but I'm not missing making a payment, and I'm definitely loving having more money in my bank account. So, yeah. Now, if I worked somewhere 5 days a week, I would have had to get a car. There's no way. So, luckily, I have the luxury of being able to work from home, but Flossie Carter, I don't know who that is. I'll have to look him up. That's cool. He still answers. You'll get bigger if you stick to what you hate, which is edited. I definitely don't hate edited vlogs. They just take more time. I like doing them. I enjoy the editing process. You know, I definitely don't hate doing it. I like making videos. That's why I do this channel. So get a Toyota 4Runner. Yeah, see, I've thought about doing like, I kind of want some sort of an SUV. That's what I was thinking. Either an SUV or some other like efficient car. Because I don't drive much, so. So the heat starts around this time of year. Is there a really huge difference from the rest of the year? Absolutely. As far as like tourism, summer is actually the busiest, as far as I'm aware, for tourism here. But yeah, the heat, these 3 months is pretty brutal. But after this, the weather's beautiful the other 9 months, so it's not too bad. I hear that my car payment is killer. Yeah, they will get you with those car payments. Do people coming to Vegas use a go-go grandparent? I'm not sure what that is. I thought you were going to get a Tesla or something. That's one of the cars I am looking at. It's a Tesla. I'm just not sure if I want to do a payment again. It's the only reason. But if I do a Tesla, I can get a massive tax write-off. So it might be beneficial as long as I plan on keeping the car for 5-10 years, for a while. It might be worth it because I can get a really good tax write-off. So we'll see. Just paid off my car. That is awesome. That's a good accomplishment to have. I remember my first car, my parents got it for me, and I never knew what having a payment was like until I got my own car. And I don't know why I ever got rid of that first car because it was a good car, but I felt the need to upgrade for some reason. But nobody will believe this, but I haven't dated in 18 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. Give me a shout out. What's up, Seely? The problem with YouTube is that they like to promote stupidity channels. Well, the thing about YouTube is any social media, so it's not even just YouTube, but they reward a channel based on likes. Even dislikes are good. Dislikes are actually a good thing because it's still engagement. And they might even actually be better than likes in a way because typically a dislike means it's a controversial video, and that shit always gets people going. So likes, dislikes, comments, and then how long somebody watches a video, if they shared the video, if they have, those are the main things. But I mean, anytime there's something that's controversial, something that's stupid, something that is just plain dumb, it's always going to get more comments. Just talking about people going back and forth or like saying how stupid somebody is or whatever, like it's always going to get more engagement. So then it starts pushing it more, and that's just the way it is. That's why like typically titles that are negative, like 5 reasons not to move to Las Vegas, like my last video was top 5 dislikes about moving to Henderson. That shit does good because it's a negative headline. Like this is what news companies have been doing forever. Like the video I posted yesterday already has 4,000 likes on it. I mean, I posted it yesterday. I mean, that's like one of the best videos that I've ever posted so far. And why? Because it has a negative attention grabbing headline. Like the video I posted today is the worst, literally the worst video that I've posted in a long time. And there's a lot of factors to that. It has nothing to do with Las Vegas. The thumbnail is not recognizable, doesn't have a Las Vegas sign in it. If I named this how to meet new people in Las Vegas moving advice, and I put a Las Vegas sign in this thumbnail, it probably would do really well. But I just wanted to test it out. I wanted to see how it did. But yeah, people always get drawn to negative stuff and stupid stuff on social media. I live here in Vegas too. What's up, man? There's a couple people in Vegas. Got a lot of locals lately. Should have 1 million subscribers. I wish, man. One day, maybe. One day. Just realized past my bedtime. Good night. Good night, Kelly. Thanks for coming on, man. How well do you know the educational system? I have no idea, really. I've just heard always bad things. I've never really heard good things about the Arizona or the educational system. So that's why I'm waiting for your top 5 reasons not to move to Florida. That's probably going to be a good video. I'm going to write that one down, actually. I know you had mentioned that earlier, so let me add it here on my notes. I'm going to make that more of like not to move to Orlando versus just Florida. So we'll see how that does. What's the art district like? I know it's downtown, so there's definitely some more sketchiness over there. There's more homeless, there's more trash. It's gonna be louder. You're gonna get more drunk people over there. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a nice little creative area if you're like into creative stuff. You're into photography, drawing, art, videography, photography, those type of things. Probably a cool area. I just personally wouldn't want to live over there. I almost did when this lease was up, but I decided against it just because I didn't really like the surrounding area downtown. So Talk about the healthcare system. Why is it bad? I've just never heard good things. Honestly, I can't really give any experience on the healthcare system just because I've never dealt with it and I've never had to use it, but I've never heard anybody say a single good thing. Whenever I talk about anything with healthcare, everybody talks about the bad things and how bad it is, so we'll roll with that. Would you get bored in Vegas after some years? Yeah, probably. Just like any other place, it starts to get old. Anywhere you are, you always get tired of where you live after some time. Like the original like honeymoon phase always dies off. So cool. We still have we got still like 54 people on. If you guys are just coming on, make sure you click that thumbs up button. It just helps the video get out to more people and just be seen and all that. It really does help the actual performance of the video and just the feedback that YouTube says about the video. So let's see. If I want to hang out in Vegas and avoid all the tourism right now, where can I go? You would want to go anywhere away from the Strip. Try to stay towards Red Rock. There's like Red Rock Casino. You can stay over by the Hoover Dam. You can stay in Henderson. You can stay at Green Valley Ranch. You can stay at Sunset Station. You can stay, I mean, there's tons of places that you can stay off the Strip, so any of those places would be good. Are you into hiking and camping? I'm into hiking, but I've never actually done camping. I would like to. But yeah, there's tons of hiking trails. You just can't really do it so much during the summer because it's just so dang hot. But yeah, I love doing that. I've done a couple videos about hikes throughout Vegas if you want to take a step back and go through some of the older videos. But I want to do more and once it cools down. 5 things to do in Las Vegas in the summer outside of the Strip. Well, that's tough because you're going to want to be inside, so that's tough. That's tough, man. Or you're going to want to do things early in the morning or late at night. You can do Red Rock, like for sunrise maybe would be really nice. Sunset, you can do Hoover Dam gets super hot during the summer, so if you're going to do that, I would do it for like sunset when it's cooling down, but it's still going to be pretty hot. I don't know, it's a tough one. You're going to be pretty much in casinos, movie theaters, bowling alleys. You can go see some shows. I mean, there's things you can do, but you're definitely limited on that. When are you moving in your 2-bedroom? It's about 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks from now. Have you been to Zion? I have not, but I plan to go by the end of the year. I want to go. Do you know about the bullet train from LA to Vegas? How is that project coming through? I've heard about it, but I haven't heard much about it lately. There was some talks about it like a couple months back, but I haven't really heard anything since. Does this actually work? That actually works. Wow. I was able to super chat myself. YouTube gave me like a free $1.99. Wow. Okay. I didn't think that was going to work, but that's cool. Thanks, YouTube. Let's see. The last thing Vegas needs is LA people being bolted over here. I know. There's so many moving over here now, so. Vegas Vacation, Chevy Chase. That's a good movie. That's one of my favorite movies, honestly, about Vegas. It's always funny. Anything like National Lampoon's is always hilarious. You know about the Resorts World project? I've seen it. I've heard a little bit about it. I haven't looked a ton into it, but it looks like it's going to be pretty crazy once it's done. What's after North Vegas? You're in the desert. You're gonna be in the desert till you get to Utah. You can take the 15 up to just the border there. There's God, what's that town? Is it Mesquite? It's Mesquite. Yeah, Mesquite. So you get into Mesquite, Nevada, and then you go into Arizona for like a little bit, and then you're into Utah. So not a whole lot, but I just got back from Costa Rica. I would love to go to Costa Rica. Anything like down there, like Brazil, Costa Rica, Argentina. I'd love to go to all these places. Colombia, love to see all these places. I would say Venezuela, but now that place is a complete mess, so I definitely don't want to go there. But you tipped yourself. Well, I had it like popped up. It said give. It was telling me that I had $1.99 to give on Super Chat, so I gave it to myself, I guess. YouTube gave it to me. Like I didn't even pay for that. It already gave it to me, so that was interesting. You should do a video about why people moving to Nevada for all the wrong reasons, or the top 5 reasons why a person made a mistake. I did do one about like 5 reasons not to move here, but I could do like a little spin on like top reason not to move. Like I could do like the top reason not to move to Las Vegas. Like that could probably actually do pretty good. It doesn't even have to be 5. So let's see. Do you believe Las Vegas will keep growing in size every direction in the near future? I think it'll keep growing for a little while, but I think once the recession hits and the economy kind of stables out, that I don't think it'll keep growing at that point. At that point, I think you might start to see it actually shrink. I've been to Tahoe or Clear Lake. I've not, but I would love to go there. What's the highest temperature you have seen? 116. That was last year. Is Vegas growing up that much? I mean, I've only been here a year, but definitely I've seen a huge change in just that time. Is there chain restaurants? Yes, all over. So anything from Wendy's to Popeyes to Applebee's to Outback. We've got it all here. So tons of places. A lot of people moving to Costa Rica. I've heard about that. There's a lot of people moving to like Costa Rica, Philippines. I think like Cambodia was another one. I would never want to live there, but what do you think Vegas will be in like 5-10 years? That's hard to say because with the Raiders coming in, and like I said, I think that our economy is going to hit a recession here over the next 12 months. I've said this so many times. I don't know. It's interesting. 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I mean, when you look at 2008 compared to now, very similar situations. So I'm not sure, but it's growing. YouTube just took 30%. Well, I didn't even pay for it. So like I have YouTube Red. I pay like $11 a month so that I don't see any ads. And they gave me a free super chat that I could send to anybody. So I mean, I might as well just give it to myself. Why not? So in reality, I guess I got whatever, like $1.50 or something right around there. Why is there going to be a recession over there? There's going to be a recession everywhere. The economy is a complete mess right now. If you look around, like people are tapped out. People are in so much debt. People are living check to check. A lot of people, like it was something like, I think it was 64% of the US population does not even have $500 in their savings account. So like that many people are one flat tire away from just complete devastation. So, I mean, we're just at a point now where people are living on credit cards. People have too much student loan debt. People have too much consumer debt. Everything is just overvalued. Wages are not keeping up with the economy. So, I mean, eventually we will hit a point where it's gonna crash. Like I believe right now we are in a recession already. It's just not official, but I'm pretty sure we are in a recession right now. Also, the water is drying up. I agree. At least you know it works. Yeah. I tried it out a couple times. Like they give me one like a month or something. I think I gave the last one to Jacob. He was watching. He was like out doing a video during a hot ass day, so I gave him like the $1.99 for a bottle of water. Do you think as more states legalize sports betting will affect? I mean, it might, but at the end of the day, like, we're still the king of gambling. We're still the king of casinos. So, I mean, I think it will affect it, but the thing that I think would affect it even more so than that is if the casinos here keep like being so corporate, they keep hiking up resort fees, they keep charging for parking, they keep making the odds on the games terrible, and they keep pushing people away, that will push people away, you know, from the sports books and just from coming here in general. So, and it's already starting to happen. A lot of people are complaining about it. There's people who are not coming here anymore. They're going elsewhere, where their money can go farther. So, yeah, that's kind of the take on that. Is there stuff aside from chain restaurants? Is there any local new places to eat? There is. There's a lot of like smaller mom and pop restaurants and a lot of the strip malls, the strip plazas. Especially when it comes to like Mexican food. There's a lot of like smaller Mexican food, fresh food. I've seen a lot of independent vegan restaurants, juice bars popping up. So California's coming. But yeah, there's a ton of like little places everywhere. Like there's even some local chains, like they're not like major chains, but they're local, that are really good. Now I like Teriyaki Madness. That's a chain here. I don't know if it's beyond Vegas, but it's a little chain that I like here. So how about the new high-speed train? Is it done? I don't think they've even began working on it, but I heard about that. Oh, my neck is killing me. Heard about that a few months back. Have you been to Salt Lake City? No. I want to get up into Utah. I think it's like an 8-hour drive to Salt Lake City. But yeah, I'd love to go up there for sure. People are depressed about high rent and meanness in the world. Yeah, I mean, people are just tapped out, from rent to everyday living expenses to car payments to car insurance to cost of food to the cost of electricity to car maintenance. I mean, yeah, I mean, people are just tapped out, man. Especially, like I said, like when it comes, like most people, like there's like 300,000 or something crazy waiters and waitresses with bachelor's degrees. Why? Like some of these people are, you know, it's not their fault, you know, this is what we were told to do, but you know, there's people with 70, 80, 90, $100,000 in debt that are waiters and waitresses. I mean, if you have to make an $800, $900 student loan payment every month, how in the hell are you going to afford to live and have a car and to be able to have a home, you know, working as a waiter or waitress? It just doesn't work. Speaking of that, almost got my credit cards paid off. Now it's going to work on that student balance. That's what's up. My goal is to pay mine off by the end of the year. So right now we're on par to do that. Greed is ruining the purity of life. I agree. You heard about the Sphere being built in Vegas? No, I haven't. All these companies outsourcing jobs to other countries is not helping. I agree. That's why I agree with, you know, I don't want to get political here, but I agree with the tariffs and all the stuff that have been implemented lately, because we need to bring jobs back here to our homeland. It's not good for us to be relying on other countries and stimulating other countries. It just doesn't do us good. Like, yeah, it helps the businesses have cheap labor and it helps the business, but it doesn't help our country as a whole. Do you know anyone in the trucking industry out there in Vegas? I don't. Let's see. I don't know why my nose is so freaking itchy today. So, okay. How easy is it to get a car from Pure Credit? I mean, that's going to depend on your credit score and then your income if you don't want to put anything down on a car. So, there's a lot that comes into play if you just want pure credit. You know, you could also do like, I don't recommend this. I mean, I always recommend putting something down on a car, because when you put zero down on a car, you're pretty much guaranteeing that you're going to be underwater for a few years, which is never a good situation, because if you want to sell the car, you're going to owe more than what it's worth. So, is Google building a data center in Henderson? I thought I read that somewhere. I think they are. I believe, let's see. Yes. It will open in December 2020, apparently. So Google is building a $600 million data center in Henderson. I wonder where it's going to be. I knew I heard about it, but I haven't, like, I heard about it last year, but I hadn't heard anything about it lately. Oh, yeah, it's moving along. I'm looking at pictures of it here. Some pictures from it from March 18th that are here. So, I wonder if I can share that. There's the link right there that I'm looking at. You can see you can see like the video and some pictures of where it is. Yeah, there's a bunch of information on there. That's a cool one. 1K down is standard, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with zero down, but like I said, I don't recommend it. You're gonna have to have excellent credit, and it's just not a good idea. Have you ever been to the biggest strip club in America there? No, I don't go to strip clubs. Waste of money. Damn, Tony Google's fast. I'm right here on my computer, so it's really easy. Just sitting here. Got my massive monitor right here. 34-inch ultra wide. It's ridiculous, and then my laptop too, but that's closed. I heard that Nevada has one of the lowest church attendance. That's weird. I wouldn't actually think that, because there's actually a lot of churches here. So I wouldn't think that. It's odd. How often do you come across celebrities? Not really. I mean, I probably see them more than I even realize, but I don't know. I just, like, they're the same as, like, normal people to me. You know, they have a normal life. They have, you know, kids, a home, family, whatever. They're just normal people. I don't really worry too much about them. But I'm sure there's more around me than I realize. I know Mike Tyson. I think his place is somewhere in Henderson. Mac or Windows? Definitely Mac. Definitely Mac. I've had a Mac for the past, my first Mac I got in 2006. I've had a Mac ever since. I've never gone back because they just work. Like, I've never had a virus. I've never had a problem with this. Whereas on my PC, I used to always get viruses. It used to slow down. I used to have to upgrade it every couple years. Like, I don't know. I've had my Macs forever and they last fine. Like, we still have, I don't, but my mom still has a 2007 iMac that we've had that she still uses for internet and email, and it works great. 12. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened. For some reason it lost connection, which is weird because I'm on my Wi-Fi. But let's see. Marijuana lounges, I'm not sure. I know that they like got passed, but then the state blocked it. There's like all this stuff. I think that it's going to be like at least another year or two until they actually can make them a legit thing. So I'm not too sure on those, but I know that Planet 13 intended on having a lounge, and they have a big, huge space inside of there where they intended to be a lounge that's just sitting empty right now. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they'll be here eventually. It's just a matter of when. What about the teens that live there? I don't know. I don't really interact with any teens, but I see teenagers everywhere. I mean, here in my community, over at the park where I was, there's a lot of teenagers here. Is there a Sam's Club there? There is. There's one off of, I believe, Eastern. It's not too far from here, and there's more Costco's. I think there's 2 Costco's. And then there's probably more than one Sam's Club, but over here in Henderson, I only one. But we also have Walmart, Target, Super Walmart, Super Target, all that. OJ lives there somewhere. He does. What's your adult beverage of choice? Corona. Corona, or I used to drink a lot of Captain Coke when I was in college. So I like Captain Coke. I've just had a little bit too much fun on Captain Coke, so I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't really like drinking liquor too much nowadays because it just hits you way too fast. So if I drink, which is very rare, I usually drink if there's a birthday, if there's an event, something going on. I usually have a Corona. That's typically what I have. Corona or something along those lines. God, my nose is so itchy. I don't know why. Any allergens in your town here in San Antonio is very high for pollen. There's some pollen here. Perhaps your energy drink? No, because this doesn't have any beta alanine in it that I'm aware of. No. Has a little bit of niacin, that could be it. But I drink these pretty frequently and I don't ever get the nose itch, so that's weird. Let's see. Top shelf margaritas. Margaritas are always good, especially at Chili's, 2 for 1. Thanks, I like you. Now I know you're a Mac dude. Yeah, I've always had a Mac. I've an iPad, iPhone. I just don't have the watch. I've never had the watch. I think it would be useful. I've just never, I don't know, for some reason I've just never been pushed to really buy the watch. I don't know. You take any pre-workout? I do. So I think my phone is a little charged. I have my pre-workout back here. Let's see. So these are all the supplements that I take for Kobe. You're wondering. This is my morning caffeine. This is the thermogenic. I take this first thing when I wake up. And I usually do a walk or cardio or push-ups or something of that sort first thing in the morning. Take 1 scoop of this. And then this is Cell Chems. This is creatine, glutamine, BCAAs. I take this while I work out, so 1 to 2 scoops of that. And then this is the EVP. I take this as my pre-workout, 1 to 2 scoops, probably about 15 minutes before my workout, and that's what I take. If you're interested in any of these, I have a link actually in the description of the video for these. And I think if you use the code EVOGEN ELITE, you get 15% off. So I do get a commission. I'll be very clear about that. But I do use these products every single day. I've been using Evogen. I've been using their products for years, and I love their products. So yeah, you get, I think it's like 15% off with that code. So, and if the code doesn't work, just send me a message on Instagram. I always have my Instagram in the description as well. And if that code doesn't work, I can send you a code. But I'm pretty sure it's just Evogen, EVOGN, ELITE. So, yeah. Are there any restrictions on the amount of dogs a homeowner or renter can have? If you own your home, you can do whatever you want as far as I'm aware. I mean, there's probably some sort of a limit, but I don't know what that limit would be. But as a renter, I know you can have 2 dogs or 2 cats, typically. Since you moved to Las Vegas, how was it to adapt to everything? It was actually pretty easy. The biggest thing to get used to here was just the heat, obviously. But even then, it wasn't that bad just because I was from Florida. So it wasn't that bad. But definitely just the heat. And then coming from LA, it was just super busy, super crazy. So I guess just getting used to like a slower pace of life over here was a little bit different. I'm somebody who was used to very fast-paced, ambitious type of lifestyle. So moving here was a little bit different for me in that aspect. Whew. All right, guys, I'm going to get off in 5 minutes. I know I said I was going to get off like 40 minutes ago, but 5 minutes because I'm getting exhausted here. Let's see. You realize Tony is almost 30. Yeah, I'm not hanging around like teens. Anytime a girl tells me she's like 18, I don't even want to like mess with that because you never know. Like these girls could be lying, and then you're in, you know, deep problems if you know this person is not actually 18. So, do you know what living on the Strip is like? I don't because I don't live there, but it's definitely busier. There's more traffic. There's just a lot more just going on. It's louder. So. Have you ever met a lot of Europeans? Not really. I know there's a few. I mean, people are always from Europe for the most part, but no, I haven't really met anybody like from there that moved here. Are Americans fake? I mean, people are fake everywhere you go. I don't think it's just an American thing, but the thing about Vegas is it's a very transient city. So I will say when you're meeting people, you do have to have your guard up. There's a lot of people who come here and then they leave very quick. Some people come here, they use people, they get what they want, and then they leave. So just be like very careful of who you let into your life. I mean, anywhere you go, that's just the case. Just always be careful about that. Didn't it snow? It did. Last February it snowed. So yeah, it was cold last year. Like it was cool for me because it was literally the first time that I ever saw snow. So I got in my car and I was like driving around, and I probably shouldn't have been driving in it because I had never drove in snow, and on the dashboard it had given me the snow indicator, and I don't have snow tires. So I don't know. It was not like heavy or anything, but I know there was some ice on the road later in the day. So yeah. Is there a gym in your apartment? There is. There is. It's pretty good. Would you recommend the supplements for someone who are losing weight or gaining weight, or what scenario I can recommend those products? They have different things, like they have different products for gaining weight and for losing weight. So just send me a message on Instagram and I can recommend which ones for you. But the ones that I went through here pretty much to kind of build muscle for the most part. But the biggest thing with any of these supplements, guys, is make sure that you get your training and your diet in place first, because if you still have a terrible diet and you're not consistent with your diet and you're not consistent with your workouts, you can take these all you want. This not magic powder. This is literally a supplement, and supplement means to supplement your diet. So supplement where you're not getting certain things. Like that's like protein powder is literally a supplement. So it's not a magic pill. It doesn't do anything spectacular. It's literally protein. It's like eating chicken. So if you're just needing to get another 20 grams of protein, sure, you can have a protein shake, but it's not like a magic fix or anything. It's not any different than just eating a chicken breast. So just make sure that you have your diet and your training in place first before you even try to do any sort of supplements, because otherwise you're kind of just wasting your money. Think of, you have ice cream is your diet and your training, and then sprinkles on top of the ice cream. They kind of make it nicer, fancier, a little bit better. Those are your supplements. That's the way I like to describe that. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it. Thanks, Zach. Thank you for staying longer than usual. Love the channel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I think most people that are still on here have hit the thumbs up. But yeah, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, make sure you click that thumbs up. What part of LA did you live? I lived in Mid-City, just below West Hollywood. So about 4 miles west of downtown, and then about 2 miles below West Hollywood, and then about a mile east of Beverly Hills. That's creepy weird, dating younger girls. I like young girls, but I don't date girls that are like super young. Pretty much they have to be like at least like 22. That's like my age that I like to start at. It's like 22 at the youngest. How's dating in Vegas versus LA? I've only gone on one date here and it was terrible, so can't really compare it. Did you feel the earthquake? I did not. I was actually back home in Florida for the second one. So the first earthquake, that was the 6.4, I was out walking and it happened and I didn't even feel it, so I had no idea until I heard about it. And then the next day we had the stronger one, the 7.1, but I wasn't here. I was back in Florida visiting family. And when I got back home, there was nothing like, I have some posters over here that are like over there. I mean, I had nothing that had like moved or shifted or fallen or anything. So I don't know how strong it was over here, but I was out of town. William, I already gave my thumbs up. I appreciate it, man. If we hit thumbs up and then thumbs down, does that help? No. No, it doesn't. There's always like, let's see. Just out of curiosity. Wow, we only have one dislike this time. That is phenomenal. The trolls have disappeared for this one. Typically we get a handful. Do not dislike the video, I'm just saying. Usually we get a handful, so it's good that we're not getting any trolleys on here. You live close to Culver City where traffic is the worst in the afternoon. Yeah, Culver City is pretty bad anywhere over there. Anywhere like 405, anywhere around the 405 and 10 is just always just garbage, so. Anyways, guys, I am gonna call it a night. It's 10:45. We've been on for over 2 hours. Holy crap, 2 hours and 15 minutes. So just thank you guys for coming on. This was a long one. There's a lot of you actually that were super like engaged on here, so I appreciate that. I always like to do these and have conversations with you guys. That's the whole point of doing these. So again, just thank you guys so much for coming on. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, make sure you hit that thumbs up button before you leave. I did upload a new video this morning, so if you haven't watched that yet, just check it out, and if anything, just give it a thumbs up so that it helps the video out. But besides that, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for those of you. I think some of you sent me I got a couple PayPal notifications. Let me just thank you guys before I get off here. So I got a PayPal from Heather. So thank you so much for Heather. She says, buy yourself some Sour Patch Kids. Thank you for the videos. They're very informative. So thank you for that, Heather. I do appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for coming on, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.